Have you ever looked at a cracked vase or a weathered stone and seen something inexplicably beautiful? What if I told you that there's an entire philosophy dedicated to appreciating the imperfect, the impermanent, and the incomplete? This is the heart of a uniquely Japanese outlook known as wabi-sabi. And today, we're going to explore how this ancient wisdom can dramatically change how you perceive the world and your own life. Wabi-sabi is not just an aesthetic, it's a way of life that embraces the beauty of nature's flaws and life's unpredictable journey. It stems from the serene and profound realms of Zen Buddhism, which appreciates the ephemeral nature of life. This philosophy teaches that there is elegance and simplicity, richness in the modest, and depth in the details that time leaves behind. Why should this matter to you? Imagine living in a world where your scars, your fears, and your flaws are not just accepted but celebrated as marks of genuine existence, symbols of a life well lived. That's the promise of this philosophy. It offers a perspective where the pressure to achieve perfection is not only unnecessary but counterproductive in our pursuit of perfection in everything from our jobs to our social media profiles. We often lose sight of what truly enriches our lives. By integrating this philosophy into your everyday life, you can find greater satisfaction, not by adding more to your life, but by appreciating what you already have. This philosophy can transform mundane experiences and objects into sources of joy and contemplation. It teaches you to find the stories and beauty in a chipped cup or a fading photograph, seeing them as cherished markers of time and experience rather than things in need of replacement. Today's exploration will not only explain the roots of this fascinating philosophy, but will also provide you with actionable ways to incorporate its principles into your daily practices. By the end of this video, you will see how embracing imperfection can lead to a fuller, more authentic life experience. We will delve into how this philosophy challenges the relentless pursuit of perfection in modern culture and offers a peaceful alternative that celebrates the cracks and crevices both in our pottery and in ourselves. You might wonder how something as simple as appreciating a weathered piece of wood can impact your life significantly. This is where the subtle power of this concept lies. It shifts your focus from what things are supposed to be to appreciating them for what they are. This shift in perception can reduce stress and increase your emotional well-being. Moreover, wabi-sabi is deeply intertwined with the Japanese tea ceremony, a practice that epitomizes this philosophy through its rituals and focus on the present moment. The ceremony itself is a dance of mindfulness where every movement and piece used is a celebration of imperfections, collectively creating a harmonious and meaningful experience. This tradition underscores the idea that beauty and satisfaction can be found in the most transient of moments. If you're ready to shift your perspective and find beauty in the most unexpected places, stay tuned. This isn't just about learning a new philosophy. It's about transforming how you live by changing the way you see the world. And it starts with embracing the art of perfect imperfection. The art of perfect imperfection. Wabi-sabi teaches us that beauty is an evolving process, a reflection of the ebb and flow of life. This philosophy originates from a worldview deeply rooted in Zen Buddhism, which emphasizes simplicity, authenticity, and the transient nature of all things. The principles of Zen teach that enlightenment can be achieved through meditation, insight, and an understanding of the impermanence of the world. This Japanese tradition also significantly influences the traditional tea ceremony, a practice that encapsulates the essence of mindfulness and acceptance. The tea ceremony known as keiyu involves a ritual preparation and presentation of matcha powdered green tea. It is an art form that prioritizes process over outcome, where every step and every tool used is an embodiment of appreciation for the fleeting moments that define our existence in the context of this philosophy. Beauty is not found in the flawless or the eternal. Instead, it is seen in the cracks, the wear, and the natural cycle of growth and decay. This perspective teaches us to look beyond conventional beauty standards, to see the allure in a withered leaf, the elegance in an aged wood's grain, and the story in a chipped ceramic bowl. Each of these imperfections is a testament to a history, to a life lived, and to the natural forces that shape and influence everything in the universe. Moreover, the concept of this philosophy was never meant to stand still but to flow and change with life itself. It suggests that beauty is dynamic and ever-changing, and our understanding of beauty must evolve with it. By embracing this philosophy, we learn to appreciate the richness of life as it is now, without clinging to past ideals or future expectations. This notion of finding beauty in the here and now is an integral part of Zen teachings, which assert that the present moment is all we truly have. Thus, this philosophy and its integration into the Japanese tea ceremony serve as profound reminders of the transient nature of our existence. They encourage us to live more fully, to appreciate the temporary beauty that surrounds us, and to cultivate a sense of peace about the world's inherent imperfections. By learning to appreciate these elements, we open ourselves to experiences and aesthetics that defy the conventional, broadening our perspectives and deepening our engagement with the world. This philosophy is more than just an aesthetic criterion. It is a pathway to a deeper understanding of life and our place within it. It challenges us to reconsider our relationship with nature, objects, and each other in a way that promotes authenticity and harmony. This philosophy not only enhances our appreciation for art and design, but also deepens our respect for the natural world and its capacity to teach us about beauty, resilience, and the inevitability of change. Embracing imperfection, perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence. This profound insight invites us to consider a crucial aspect of the Japanese philosophy. We've been discussing the acceptance of imperfection, unlike modern Western culture, which often strives for an unattainable ideal of flawlessness. This Eastern philosophy encourages us to see the beauty and value in the flawed and incomplete. This approach does not just apply to physical objects but extends to our self-perception and interactions with others. Consider for a moment the immense pressure many people feel to present a perfect facade, whether it's in their academic achievements, social media profiles, or even in their physical appearance. This pursuit of perfection can lead to significant stress, anxiety, and a never-ending feeling of inadequacy. The contrast with the philosophy in question couldn't be more stark here. The inherent beauty of an object or person is often attributed to its unique imperfections, and the story these imperfections tell this acceptance can foster a more compassionate and realistic self-image, enabling individuals to appreciate their own uniqueness without the relentless pressure to conform to societal ideals. Furthermore, the impact of societal pressure on individual well-being and self-esteem is substantial in a world that often values perfection. The constant comparison to idealized images and standards can lead to diminished self-worth and a chronic sense of failure. This is where the philosophy of embracing imperfections becomes not just a philosophical concept but a practical approach to healthier living. It teaches that the marks of wear and tear are not signs of unworthiness but are evidence of a life fully lived. This shift in perspective can relieve the psychological burden of needing to appear perfect, reducing anxiety and depression and promoting a more balanced and satisfied state of mind. In addition, this philosophy promotes resilience by understanding that everything is subject to change and decay. Individuals can become more emotionally and mentally flexible, better able to cope with the challenges and setbacks that life inevitably brings. This resilience is crucial in a society that often hides its vulnerabilities, showcasing only success and concealment of failure. Embracing imperfection, therefore, is not just an aesthetic choice, but a profound life-affirming stance that encourages acceptance, growth, and a deeper engagement with the world as it truly is, not as we wish it to be. Thus, this philosophical approach offers a powerful antidote to the modern obsession with perfection by realigning our perceptions with the realities of nature and existence. It helps cultivate a more genuine, fulfilling approach to life. It challenges us to redefine beauty, success, and value in terms that recognize the dignity of the natural and the unfinished. This can lead to a more authentic, liberated way of living that celebrates the inherent worth of every individual in every moment just as they are, without the relentless pressure to polish perfect or perform, finding beauty in the imperfect. There is a crack in everything, that's how the light gets in. This evocative statement perfectly captures the essence of finding beauty in the imperfect and understanding how the philosophy we've been discussing nurtures this perception. This perspective encourages us to see the marks of time and use not as blemishes or defects, but as features that tell a story and add character. Let's consider how nature itself is the master of this kind of beauty. When we look at the natural world, we see that it is full of imperfections. Trees are gnawed, rocks are asymmetrical, and coastlines are irregular, yet it is precisely these imperfections that make the landscape breathtaking and unique. The appreciation of natural aging or the patina of time is evident in how we perceive old trees with twisted branches whose rugged forms speak of resilience and survival. Similarly, weathered stones smoothed by rivers or the sea tell of the relentless force of nature and the passage of time. These elements do not detract from their beauty, rather they enhance it, providing a texture to our visual and tactile experiences that polished new surfaces cannot in the realm of art and aesthetics. This philosophy is vividly illustrated in practices such as kintsugi, the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery with lacquer, mixed with precious metals like gold or silver. Instead of hiding the damage, kintsugi emphasizes it, creating a new form of beauty that acknowledges and respects the object's history. Each crack is highlighted, not hidden, transforming what might be considered a flaw into a striking feature that tells a story of breakage and repair, of life and recovery. Similarly, the asymmetry in traditional Japanese gardens is a deliberate effort to mimic the sporadic, unplanned beauty of nature. These gardens are designed to lead the eye on an unstructured journey through contrasting textures and uneven landscapes that mimic the natural world, promoting meditation and mindfulness. They are a reflection of the world as it is, not a manicured version of how we might want it to be. This design philosophy can teach us to appreciate the beauty in the uncontrolled and unplanned, encouraging a more accepting and open view of our own lives. Understanding and embracing this view can significantly affect how we perceive the world and ourselves. It teaches us to value the present moment and find beauty in the now, despite its imperfections, rather than constantly striving for a more perfect future that may never come. This philosophy helps cultivate a sense of inner peace and satisfaction. Recognizing that beauty is everywhere in every crack and imperfection, if only we learn to recognize and cherish it by embracing the idea that flaws can contribute to beauty. We become more accepting of our own imperfections and those of others. This can lead to a more compassionate society where the pressure to be perfect is lessened and individuals feel more valued for their unique traits and histories. This shift in perspective is not just about aesthetic appreciation, but about fostering a kinder, more inclusive approach to life that celebrates diversity and resilience in the face of life's challenges. Embracing transience, the beauty of life is in its impermanence. Embrace the dance of change. This powerful quote invites us to consider the often overlooked virtue of transience, an essential aspect of the philosophy that celebrates imperfection and impermanence. This perspective challenges us to rethink our relationship with the temporary nature of life itself. Life is a series of moments, each fleeting and unique, much like the cherry blossoms that bloom spectacularly. But briefly, each spring in Japan, these blossoms are revered not despite but because of their short-lived beauty, which symbolizes the transient nature of life. Impermanence in this philosophical context teaches us that everything in life, our joys, sorrows, challenges, and triumphs, is temporary. This can be a comforting thought, especially during difficult times, as it reassures us that pain and hardship are not permanent. Conversely, it also reminds us to cherish the wonderful moments, knowing they too will pass. This dual awareness can profoundly shift how we live our daily lives, encouraging us to live more fully in the present, engage more deeply with our experiences, and appreciate the here and now, rather than always looking ahead to the next thing. Moreover, accepting impermanence helps us navigate life's inevitable changes, more gracefully consider the seasons. Each brings its own challenges and joys. And just as winter gives way to spring, difficult times eventually give rise to better days. By embracing this cycle, we learn not to despair during downturns or take good fortune for granted. When times are favorable, this balanced approach to life's ups and downs fosters a more stable and grounded existence, reducing anxiety about the future and regrets about the past. The philosophical implications of embracing transience are vast. It challenges the very way we think about existence, urging us to reconsider our fears of death and loss. By acknowledging that life is a temporary journey, we can reduce the existential dread that often accompanies thoughts of our own mortality. Instead, we can focus on making the most of our time, forming meaningful relationships, and creating a positive impact in the world. This shift not only enhances our own well-being, but also encourages us to leave a legacy of kindness and mindfulness for others to follow. Embracing transience also influences our approach to joy and sorrow. Understanding that both are transient can alleviate the pressure to maintain a constant state of happiness and allow us to experience sadness or disappointment without being overwhelmed. This acceptance creates a more emotionally rich and balanced life, where negative emotions are seen as natural and necessary parts of the human experience, rather than something to be avoided or suppressed. The acceptance of life's impermanence, as highlighted in this philosophy, offers a more fulfilling way to live. It teaches us to embrace change, appreciate the moment, and accept the ebb and flow of life's experiences with grace and gratitude. By doing so, we can transform our understanding of life and death, joy and sorrow, and learn to navigate the complexities of human existence with greater ease and insight. This perspective encourages us not just to endure life's changes, but to actively engage with them, finding beauty and meaning in the dance of change. Power of simplicity. In simplicity, there is truth. This insightful quote captures the essence of cultivating simplicity, a principle that is central to the aesthetic and philosophical tenets of the Japanese philosophy. We've been discussing this approach to life, emphasizes the importance of stripping away the non-essential, focusing instead on the core elements that truly matter. In an age where consumerism and digital overload often overwhelm our senses and clutter our minds, the call for simplicity becomes increasingly vital. Simplicity in this context is not just about minimalism in design or possessions, it's about cultivating an inner clarity and prioritizing life's essential values. This philosophy teaches that true beauty and satisfaction derive from a deep appreciation of the basics, whether in art, in nature, or in our daily routines. By reducing the extraneous, we make room for the truly important aspects of life to flourish. For example, a simple unadorned pottery piece that bears the marks of its maker can be more appealing and meaningful than a perfectly mass-produced item. This preference for simplicity extends to personal lifestyles as well, encouraging practices that focus on authenticity and a deep connection to one's environment and community. The benefits of decluttering and simplifying life are manifold. On a practical level, reducing physical clutter in our homes and workspaces can lead to a clearer mind and reduce stress. Numerous studies have shown that excessive belongings can create a sensory overload, whereas clean and orderly spaces can help calm the mind and improve focus. But decluttering isn't just about tidying up physical spaces. It's also about simplifying our schedules, commitments, and even our digital lives. This process helps us prioritize activities and relationships that truly enrich our lives, allowing us more time and energy to engage deeply with them. On a deeper level, simplifying life can lead to significant emotional and psychological benefits. It allows for greater self-reflection and a clearer understanding of one's desires and needs. Without the constant distraction of new items or the pressure to keep up with social trends, individuals can develop a stronger sense of self and a more grounded existence. This clarity can enhance one's relationships and overall life satisfaction, as decisions are more likely to be aligned with personal values and long-term goals. The cultivation of simplicity as taught by this philosophy is not merely an aesthetic choice, but a profound lifestyle decision that can lead to a richer, more fulfilling life. It challenges us to rethink what is truly necessary and what brings us genuine joy and peace. This minimalist approach doesn't mean living without luxury or comfort, but rather making more conscious choices that align with core principles of authenticity and sustainability. By embracing simplicity, we learn to appreciate the abundance of less and find greater depth and meaning in our everyday lives. Wabi-sabi in daily life. Enjoy the little things in life for one day. You may look back and realize they were the big things. This closing quote beautifully summarizes the essence of incorporating the principles we've discussed into daily life. It's about recognizing and savoring the beauty in the mundane, the imperfection and the transient moments that often go unnoticed, but cumulatively define our existence. Let's explore some practical ways to bring this philosophy into our everyday routines, emphasizing mindfulness and the acceptance of life's natural flow. One practical tip is to start each day with a moment of appreciation. Before the rush of daily responsibilities begins, take a few minutes to notice and appreciate something simple around you. Perhaps the way morning light filters through your window, the texture of your breakfast, or the sound of the birds outside. This practice helps cultivate a habit of mindfulness, which can extend throughout the day, enhancing your awareness and appreciation of your surroundings. Another way to embrace these principles is through the art of journaling. Keep a gratitude journal where you regularly record things you are thankful for, especially those small imperfect details that might typically go unnoticed. This could be a note about a pleasant conversation, the unique way your coffee spilled and created a pattern, or how you felt reading a book. Journaling not only serves as a reminder of these moments, but also encourages a positive mindset that focuses on beauty and appreciation. Additionally, simplifying your living space can be a transformative step. Declutter your environment to keep only those items that have meaning or serve a purpose. This doesn't mean your space should be sparse or devoid of decoration. Rather, let each item around you be something that resonates with personal significance, tells a story, or brings joy. This might mean repairing and keeping an old comfortable chair that's seen better days because it holds numerous memories, rather than replacing it with something new but impersonal. In terms of accepting the natural flow of life practice, letting go of the need for control. This can be applied in small everyday contexts, like not fretting over a change in plans or a project that didn't go perfectly at work or school. Recognize that these deviations are part of life's impermanence and can lead to unexpected joys or learning experiences. Moreover, encourage yourself and others to find beauty in small everyday moments and objects. This could be practicing photography with your phone or a camera, focusing on capturing images of everyday life in unusual, insightful ways. Photograph the way shadows play on a busy street, the smile of a friend, or a meal before it is eaten. Photography can be a powerful tool to observe the world in a more detailed and appreciative way. Lastly, engage in activities that slow down your pace and allow you to enjoy the process of creation. This could be anything from gardening, where you witness the slow but rewarding process of growth and decay, to cooking, where you can appreciate the colors, textures, and flavors of ingredients. Each activity offers unique imperfections and challenges, providing opportunities to embrace and celebrate the unexpected and the transient. By integrating these practices into your life, you gradually shift your focus from seeking perfection to appreciating the beauty in imperfection. This not only makes your daily life more fulfilling but also aligns your actions with a deeper philosophical appreciation for life, as it is enhancing your overall well-being and contentment. Remember, it's the small, seemingly insignificant moments and details that often weave the richest tapestries of our lives. Embracing this can transform ordinary days into a series of meaningful experiences rich in beauty and satisfaction. In today's journey through the philosophical landscape of embracing imperfection, we've explored the rich tapestry of a philosophy that finds profound beauty in the flawed, the impermanent, and the incomplete. We began by introducing the idea, deeply rooted in Japanese culture, that there is elegance and depth in the naturally occurring imperfections around us. This principle, derived from Zen Buddhism and embodied in practices like the Japanese tea ceremony, teaches us to appreciate the beauty in the now and the authenticity of weathered objects and transient moments. We discussed the concept of embracing imperfection, where we contrasted the often unattainable standards of modern society with the acceptance and celebration of flaws as markers of true existence. This perspective not only challenges the relentless pursuit of perfection, but also offers a more compassionate and realistic approach to viewing ourselves and the world around us. Further, we delved into the aesthetic appreciation of natural aging and decay as seen in weathered stones, cracked pottery, and the asymmetry of traditional Japanese gardens. These examples illustrate how the imperfect and the impermanent can stir a deeper connection to the beauty of the natural world and our own lives. We also considered the philosophical implications of impermanence, embracing the transient nature of life, which helps us appreciate every fleeting moment and reduces the existential weight of our everyday struggles by acknowledging that life's experiences, both joys and sorrows, are temporary. We cultivate emotional resilience and a balanced perspective on the ups and downs of our existence. Moreover, we highlighted the virtue of simplicity, which aligns with this philosophy in promoting a life focused on the essentials. Simplifying our environments and routines can lead to a clearer mind and a more fulfilling life, allowing us to focus on what truly matters: relationships, passions, and personal growth. Incorporating these principles into daily life, We offered practical tips like practicing mindfulness, simplifying one's space, and finding joy in the small everyday details. By doing so, we learned to live more authentically, fully embracing the present and finding contentment in the imperfections that define our unique journeys. Remember that the journey to appreciating imperfection doesn't require us to abandon our aspirations or stop striving for improvement. Rather, it invites us to redefine what it means to live a successful, beautiful life. It encourages us to find balance and beauty in the natural flow of life, accepting imperfections, not just as a part of life, but as a fundamental component of its inherent beauty. As you step forward from this video, take a moment to reflect on the imperfections in your own life, whether it's in your relationships, your achievements, or your everyday surroundings. Consider how these imperfections might not be shortcomings, but stories and symbols of a life richly lived. Embrace these as not just inevitable but as valuable, and remember, in the dance of change, in the ephemeral and the imperfect, there lies a profound beauty and a reminder of our shared human experience. Let this philosophy not just be a topic of fascination, but a lived, breathing part of your everyday life. Cherish the cracks, for they are where the light enters, revealing the true beauty of our imperfect world.